all on its own. Computer knows best what levels are good, and it's always way too low. Okay, so I was hoping this would be up by today, and it is. The Starshift Rebellion Steam page. So anybody that is watching this channel, the link to it is in the description of this video, and definitely go there and wishlist it if you have not already. The volume was quite low, but I think it's okay now. Is it fine now? Okay, yeah. It's because my microphone, when it just randomly goes down to a lower level when I'm not during the stream, but if there must be an app that makes it go down or something on its own. And there never seems to be a setting that's like where you can force apps to not change it. I've tried. I'd love a solution to that because I know what volume it's supposed to be at. But anyway, I did get a chance to work on the game a little bit this week. Mostly little things, but now we're primed for the first scene and first part of playing the game. So let's just, like we always do, let's review and see what we've got so far. I made the face and the character set for the rock guy. I changed him up a bit. I'm going to change the volume on this to be a little lower. So here we go. Damn, I lost the signal. Are you picking anything up, Jack? I was able to get a fix on the location before losing the signal. We're very close. Coordinates 39.08 by the negative 84.21. Why would they be all the way out here, in the middle of nowhere anyway? It doesn't make any sense. Any ideas, cracks? They might be looking for relics. The market for those is quite lucrative. It doesn't matter. The pigs are going to get what's coming to them. I'm approaching the coordinates. I'm detecting a digger and a small contingent of enemy forces. We can totally take them, light them up. Why do I always let you talk me into these things? Glad you enjoy it. I kind of thought it works as like a small scale aircraft, like ground attack aircraft. Like these things probably can't go into space, but they are basically like an A-10 Warthog as far as like what their capabilities are. Very low flying aircraft called sandhoppers. I'll have to make more vehicles too. That'll take some time, but we have to change it up and not use the exact same vehicles from the other games, so that it has its own identity. We can use some of the same stuff because it's the ESA after all, but we're on a different planet, so you wouldn't be using all the same equipment. No, I use a myriad of techniques. Mostly, I make the sprite myself, but I don't usually make the model myself. I'll find a 3D model or use an application or different applications to take a 3D model and then turn it into a sprite. It's just easier that way because I can actually get it from all angles, like front and side. But with ships, I usually just do top down. That way I only have to make one sprite and I can just turn it in 4 directions. Oh, I already moved. Okay. I already attacked. But no, I actually very rarely draw things pixel by pixel. I'm getting better at that, but I'm still not 100% there yet. I can do it with some of the tile sets and like textures and floor patterns and stuff, but being able to like draw a person from scratch or a ship from scratch is a little tough. I usually will kit bash it or something like that to do those. So you'll notice that some of the ships and some of the vehicles have slightly different art styles and stuff, and that's because of me doing it that way. But I can get them done quick, like, fast. Okay, here we go. Here's the first scene. I redid the sprites for all of them a little bit to make them look more nice. Told you it would be a piece of cake. ESA patrols don't normally come out this far. They must be looking for something specific. There's only one way to find out. Let's go. And then you can see that the ships have their nice little engines and shit. And I made it so that like the glass on top of the cockpit like retracts back and forth and stuff. I thought that was a nice little touch. There's some health items from these guys. Oh, the purple glow is just the lighting plugin. I just tell the lighting plugin, which is called Nova lighting plugin, to make the radius of the glow 250 pixels. But then I used an animation, a power-up animation that's just looping, to make it look all vortexy like that. It's pretty simple. It's like very simple to do that. But that plugin, the Nova lighting plugin, it's made by Killer Jin. The thing about it is it's the only lighting plugin I've used that doesn't have a lot of lag. So I've tried Kaz's and I've tried Terax lighting plugin, and they all had a lot of lag, especially if you had more than just a few lights. But Nova lighting plugin does not have lag. But we did discover one issue with it. So if you run Linux and you run if you have certain video card in certain Linux distributions, the lighting plugin shows up not as half transparent like it should. It shows up as a solid colored circle. So somebody on Steam mentioned that, and so we added an option into the options menu to turn the lighting effects off. It took me quite a while. It actually took me a couple days to figure out how to add a custom option into this options core menu because it's kind of hard. But now that I've got it, I can actually use this to add more options to the menu. And this is just, the lighting effects are just tied to a switch, but it's a universal switch that stays on or off depending on your save file. So if I turn off the lighting plugins, looks like that didn't turn it off for some reason. It should have turned it off. Maybe it's because I didn't get... I think I know why. Yeah, that's why. I didn't give the light an ID. That's very important. And that's why it also was a pain in the ass when I went back and did it to Origins, because every single area where I referenced a light, I had to give it an ID. So I had to go to every single light in the game and give it an ID. And so now I have to give these an ID. I'm glad I caught this early, because then I would have been copying and pasting lights with no IDs and would have had to do that shit all over again. So if I reload, yeah, it's doable, but now I know how to tie an option in the options menu to a switch, and run a common event, and so that gives me a lot of things I can do now, and I have this one as a template now. So it was a pain in the ass, but now I've learned a new skill, and I can just keep adding stuff to that menu as needed. So if I go back, now you can see that the lighting plugin is off and it doesn't show up with the engines. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so now it's universally off. So there's something that I forgot. It's something minor, but we gotta fix this. Because I just want to get this out of the way before we continue. Olivia meta controls, common event 103. Common event 103. Yeah, so switch 771. What did I do here? It's supposed to work, so I know I just fucked it up with like how I did this for some reason. Okay. So if lighting system disabled is off. And the reason why I have to word it that way is because the way this menu plugin works, you can like only do it like in the order of true false rather than false true. So I have it in there as lighting plugin and lighting effects on or off, but it's actually like the opposite of that because I normally have to put it in there like lighting system disabled on or off, and that gets confusing. But I have to reverse it this way in order for it to work. So I'm sure I just fucked it up and put it in reverse. Okay. So that switch is supposed to activate that the lighting system is disabled. Okay, wait. Yeah, because this is supposed to activate based on this switch, based on switch 771. So I feel like I should make it do something else instead. Activate. Maybe make it activate based on that, not based on the same switch. I think that's probably my mistake. Because I just want it to be either on or off, activated by something else rather than itself. I'm guessing that's what the problem is. And that switch will load as soon as I reload the game, I believe. Ah, damn it. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let me look at how I did it for Origins, because I know Origins works. Because I just had to figure that one out. Okay, so this is the plugin right here that lets it load no matter what. Common event 103. Does that activate lights? And then this is operated by that. So we got off, 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 and then on, 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 on. Yeah, that should work. Should work. Maybe there was something I did, like when you first start the game. Like maybe it's invalid because I already had started the game. Dauntless Bridge. I know the lights did work before I put the ID in, but the problem is that the option in the menu will not work if I don't fix this, and so I might skip it if this takes too long, but I'm gonna try for a little bit. So it is set to off, it's set to on. Okay, so let me check and make sure that that switch is activated. Welcome, Sonics. Welcome. Okay, so that's on, and activate is on. So I don't know what the problem is. Maybe it's something in the menu, the menu plugin part, because the switches did change around a little bit, so that might be what it is. So see, I can show you guys how annoying this is. If I go to lighting effects, you can see there's all these sections and shit that look like code, and it's like, yeah, I bet this is where it is, actually. There we go. It's switch 770. I bet it's a different switch. Yeah, 771. That's the problem. Yeah, we figured it out. I think it's gonna work now. It would help if the switch was the right switch that I'm switching. 771. But see, now that I've done this, I can just use this as a template for something else. But figuring this part out was like annoying. And then this part was an issue too. This load config part, because there's like the default option code, right? Which is what's the option is set by default, and I was trying to set it so that the lighting plugin was on by default. But if you set this to true, like you're supposed to, it'll always be false no matter what. And it turns out there's something in rpgmanagers.js that always makes it false even if you set it to true. So then this load config code we had to change in order to make it the value that you set it to. So either false or true depending on what you say. So yeah, this took me a good like 3 days to figure it out. Okay. Now let's try it. Now let's try it. Yeah, let's leave it on. Fine. Oh, come on. Okay, when I set lighting effects to off, then it works. So I've got this in reverse. But that's fine. Reverse is fine. We just do this. Alright. I think I'll just switch these up, and that'll be the easiest way to do it, even though it's the opposite of Origins, but it will work, so whatever. And then we just double check. Yes, I can. Yes, Staffu, please. I can share that template with you. No problem. Okay, we're all fixed up. Great. Okay. So now, you know, we had it so that we have this big hole in the ground. We haven't gone down there yet. We built nothing so far. Now we're going to be generating the lore of what is supposed to be down there. And what we came up with was an android. I'm thinking that there's some ancient ruins down there. Something is getting downloaded into the android when you bust in. And then in the battle, the android was in the middle of downloading something. And then you basically like attack the android, and it gets burned out or it gets damaged and unconscious, and then you take it back thinking that you can reprogram it, and you do, but there was data downloaded into the android, which I think will act as a good plot device to lead to what's next. That's kind of what I'm going for. And the ancient ruins are because as part of the main Starshift game, right? Like villain Kern, he's down there, or he's messing around with time travel shit, and we've seen that from Origins. We see it in the main game, and what we also see in the main game is that the ESA has been going back in time and just wiping out any planet that is a potential threat in the future. So they've gone back, you know, 200 years, 300 years, 400 years, and just, oh, these guys are going to be a problem in 200 years, and then they bombard their planet or take them out, you know, in one way or another. So this is going to be one of those planets where, because Jack and Mari are in the main game, and I'm just kind of explaining this so that the plot that I'm coming up with here makes sense. So Jack and Mari show up in the main game, and they are basically, they live in the Outer Rim. They live really far away from the center of ESA authority. And by the time you join them in the main game, they're part of the Outer Rim Coalition, which is the rebel movement that you join. Now, this is a few years prior, and this game will kind of tell the beginnings of the Coalition and how it forms. But the way that Jack and Mari get introduced in the main game is that they attack Station 11, Earth, and they're trying to get that quantum chip that allows the ESA to do this stuff. And they get stopped, they get put in the brig, and then you interrogate them, but it turns out Anna's working with them, and that she kind of like let them in, but that you can't get the chip and you all have to run away. But in the process of searching through their shuttle, pieces of information get revealed where Jack and Mari are saying things like, the weapon signatures are just like the others, an industrialized civilization, ESA weapon patterns, but 400 years ago. But the ESA didn't exist 400 years ago. And so this is going to be like where the android has information because whatever's downloaded into its brain is from one of these civilizations that recently got wiped out by the ESA. And the information indicates that the ESA did this 400 years ago. And that means that you, as the scrappy rebels in this game, figure that out for the first time, and that the stakes are much higher than you thought. And then now that you have the android, you start doing like bolder stuff because the stakes have increased. Meanwhile, what's her face? Alice Cromwell, the crazy CIA lady from the main game, will be coming to this planet because that data was something she was looking for, and now it's gone because you have the android. And that's when the ESA decides to crack down, and from there I think we can come up with something that will make it an exciting, rebellion type story. And time travel shit. Yeah, but again, it's the game isn't about being the time traveler. That's the part that's unusual about Starship. Like, you're not the time traveler. You're not in the time machine going everywhere. Like, that's what typically is the case in these type of stories. The time travel technology is very limited. They don't use it that often because anytime you change something, you don't know what's going to change. So that's the excuse for why things don't change too much. And it's also the excuse for why Kern and company are very careful about the changes they make, and then why they see you as a threat because you're starting to introduce variables into what their plan is. And I think there will be parts of the game where you are the traveler, but very limited, very like this is a one-shot deal or whatever. And it's more about the time travel conspiracy and trying to stop it rather than you being the time traveler. And the Coalition disagrees with, because Archer and Everson from Origins, they're trying to restore things back to the way they should be, or the way they were, the way they were before, and they form an organization called the Order of Restoration. And so you'll encounter them in the main game, but the Coalition, in contrast, is basically like, look, there's no way we can go back to the way things were, but now that we know what Kern is doing, we have to stop him, and we got to use the technology that he's using to stop him. And like they're willing to go there and forge a new path, but Kern's bad, and we need to stop him, kind of thing. So of course, that brings you into an awkward position with the Order of Restoration, who you might be able to convince to join your side, or maybe you help them restore things. Like, because in the main game, the player has more choices. You can choose to go one way or the other more than in these episodes. And so I'm thinking that that's what it will do with the main game is the player will have a choice, and that choice will lead to a different ending or whatever for the interactions with that. So, okay, so the first thing I was going to do is have something on this tablet. But I don't know, I think that makes sense as like a plot for this game. And we're making it up as we go along. And it'll change a little bit as we go along. It's already changed from what we originally thought of. So I have to go to the template of... And in the meantime, what I've been doing the last couple days too is getting music that's a little different. It's still going to be electronic and stuff, but we're kind of on a desert planet and everything. So I'm having to find slightly different atmosphere for a lot of these tracks. So this is one of them. This one's called Nice Place in Post-Apocalyptic Wasteland. So we're going to do where you pick up the tablet on the ground, and it'll have an ESA officer saying something about what they found below. This part's a little tricky, but it's fine. Okay. Then we select inverse. Then we bring what's his face back and delete it. I need to give this this inner part a gray border. So I'll make a separate layer. Actually, I gotta make a new layer. Paint it in. And I'll save this template after I'm done as well. still need to fill these in a little bit. And I feel like that adds a nice touch too, to add the, like when you pick a tablet up off the ground and then there's like a cute piece of information. And now I'll save the template. Actually, I'll save the template with this dude in there. Inverse. Yeah, doesn't have to be perfect, but okay. So now we got to give it a little bit of a background. So I'm thinking, I'm thinking we open our tile set. This tile set. And we just take this. Stretch it across. Like he's standing behind the cliff. Let me get rid of the black part. And then maybe we go up to the next level here and we make like a little cactus in the background or something. Well, I like cactuses that are evil. What can I say? Yeah, we could do it. We could do our own version of Cactar. That'd be cool. Hey, what's up, Huru? Welcome. Yeah, or maybe we have Cassio the Great be a like historical figure, like a statue of him or something. What I'm working on, Huru, is you pick up a tablet on the ground when you get out of your cockpits and jump onto the ground, and you're about to go underneath the surface. And this is a tablet you pick up off the ground, and it says, "We managed to dig through to the specified coordinates. The team has confirmed what we found on the long-range scans. There is technology of unknown design below the surface. So far, we've been unable to interface with it. We are going to attempt to interface the system with our assigned android, Cronus 13. And that's it. It's a pretty simple, just a nice little teaser. Tablet, Cronus 13 below surface, and then we have, and then we have them say a little something once they read the tablet. self-switch A, make it so that their little commentary doesn't happen in a loop. I was gonna modify the door you gave me, but yeah, if you want to make one, that would be great. I also, when you're done, I need that tile set because I'm gonna start building that part soon. If you don't mind, but if you can't, I'll do the best I can. I'll be making the actual cave part though, because I have the stuff to do that already. I was just about to do that part next. Okay, thank you. Oh, it's all good. I don't mind cracking out the graphics. I'm going to be doing that soon here. No, she doesn't. She doesn't watch my streams. It's not her thing, I don't think. She's supportive of it, but I don't think this is her thing. No, she knows about it. I explain about it because we chit chat and stuff all the time. So, but it's just not where it's a constant, like, I'm watching everything you stream kind of thing. It's the Cliff Notes. So this is the music that you are encountering on the surface here. Which I think the music makes sense for this part. Going down into a mysterious cave. But it still has that weird twangy sci-fi sound to it. It's actually the earlier part to a track we've used before. I've used this, it's the earlier part of this track called Eldar. And this part is like, because Eldar is normally like a 10-minute long song, and there's like a quiet part, and then there's this part. And this part I used for when you're like in the middle of the trenches, and there's bombs going off all around you and shit. And you're like trying to get to where you need to get to, but you're pinned down. Well, my family is supportive as well, but they've just kind of been like, well, I'm glad he likes to do that. You know, it's kind of not, I felt like it wasn't worth it to put him in the credits, but maybe I should. I don't know. Anybody I did put in there, though, really did help in one way or another. Maybe even if it was just an idea at the right time that made things move in a better direction. No, and it's weird because like there's like almost there's like nobody in my family that really likes sci-fi or anything like that, and is not. So it's kind of like my whole family is like not into this type of stuff at all. Somehow I got into all this shit though, but I don't know. Everybody's different. Okay. No, they don't, actually. But they do send money when I'm in trouble. Which, like, if like, for some reason, like, my car breaks down or something and I don't have any money and it's gonna be a few $100 or something, they'll help me out like that. But they haven't had to very much, but sometimes. But when it comes to buying my game, no, not at all. Choice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Three, 1, 2. Upper right, upper right, upper right. Up. Common event. All players pan out. And all characters face down. One thing I would have done different if I was to make Starshift over again is I'd be more organized. The way I have everything in this is extremely disorganized. Like, if I make a Starshift 2, it's going to be a little more organized from the start. Okay, there we go. Beep neutral. Yep. Beep neutral. Yeah, but if I was to switch it all up now, I would make it even worse. So I'm just gonna deal with it, and then for Starshift 2, when I have to start a new project, new plugins, new everything all over again, then I'll do it. Then I'll organize it when I have to make a fresh one. Partially, the reason why we can get these episodes up so quickly is because I'm just like kind of taking my previous project, cutting it up a little bit, and then representing it. Build it. So if I were to change a lot now, it would kind of mess everything up, cascading through the other games, and yeah, it's okay if the door is dark. I mean, it's going to be in a dark cave, so it kind of makes sense that it wouldn't be bright. But I do think that maybe if the door has like a crystal or an orb on it that fits into one of those 48 by 48 squares, that way I can put a lighting plug-in on it and it'll make the door look like it's glowing even though it's dark. Like an orb or a circle, a crystal in the middle or something. Make it look mysterious. Right, but you might want to make it so that it's not glowing in the original sprite, so that we can add it with the lighting plugin. It might look good with the glow that you have and the lighting plugin. It might make it look more dynamic, but we can try it. Oh yeah, the lines are good. Yeah, glowing lines are good. Now we got to make a deep dark cave, and I think I was doing that. I was working on that the other day, or I was about to work on it. So I was going to use this as a rough template and make a version of it where the top is black, so that it you can construct it like a cave, basically. Make it darker as well. We're just making this black in the center because it's like you're inside of a cave under the surface. And these things can be kind of like pillars, so to speak. Or natural rock formations. I'm going to fill this in a little bit. Alright, that works. So now we'll just go black. Okay. Great. Hopefully the music isn't too peaceful, but I figured this was good music for this part because you're about to unlock a mystery and you're like unsure of what's below there, and you're about to encounter something that's like, whoa. Okay, so now we got that one. Now we need some flooring for that cave. It's actually the same artists as what I've used in my previous itinerations, but it's like the tracks. It's like you listen to them for like what you're doing in the game, and it's like it's like, no, that track doesn't work, and you might not even like that track when you're trying to find music for a certain type of scene, and then when you go back and go through the whole list again, that track suddenly makes sense for this other type of scene that you haven't done before. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, the music part of that. Okay, now I need to make we need like an A3 or something. We need an A3 layer or an A4 layer. Is it A4 or is it A5? Because I'm using the FSM set as like a template, but I'm replacing it all. Yeah, there's an A2 and we need an A5, A4. Okay, let's take a look at that old door. Ooh, that looks nice. That looks cute. I like it. Okay. One sec, guys. I gotta use the bathroom and gotta feed my cats. Ah, yes, the cave. So here's how we do it. We get this one. No, you didn't miss much in 3 minutes. Okay, I need to do this a different way. I think I can leave most of it, but I gotta actually get rid of this part. Of this part entirely. And then I get this one will do. I'll have to tweak it a little, but that. It needs to be rocky though. Oh wait, no, not that. It's not gonna work either, but we're closer. We're getting closer. I just need like a straight up, okay, I know what I can do. I can copy this piece, paste it in here, temporarily get rid of it, and then select inverse. Or no, actually not select inverse. And then we just delete that part. And then we make this part darker. Ooh, not like that. Okay. we make it a little bit more like a little bit more subtle. Doesn't look like a straight up square or whatever. It's the drink is called Body Armor. Sort of like a nicer Gatorade. No, I don't feel stronger. I feel slightly more hydrated, but that's all. Flip vertical. Oh man, I hate when I do that. Duplicate. And then do it. There we go. I think that'll be like a nice inside cave area. Let's see. call this Infernis A4. Make a new tile set in Furnace Cave in case we want different layers than the outside. Maybe like little fungus or something that lives in the cave that glows. That would be cute. Well, it might be different life under the surface because a cactus still needs sunlight. But maybe, we could have some enemies be like carnivorous cactus because it doesn't have sunlight, so it has to get its energy from somewhere else, namely eating. Okay, I'm gonna save this door and then try to do something with it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to make some ground as well that is a little bit darker. Sort of like this, but darker. We're gonna have some battles down here too. I've already made a sprite for for one of the things because this ancient ruins, like, they had technology too. So there's like a little drone on the loose. This little guy. Maybe his ancestors were cactus breeders. I'm just kidding, though. Press A2. Alright, let's see how this looks. Let's see how this feels when I start messing around with it. Infernis Prime. This area, it'll be kind of round actually, where you're in kind of a circular pattern, or as circular as you can be for pixels. We'll give it some nice fog too. I always like adding nice fog. ETBS. So he's asking if you could have the plugin. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're back. Is this stream coming in fine for you guys? Because on my end, it looks like it's cutting out and coming back, but sometimes it just looks that way, even though it's fine. Yeah, now it's saying that there's not enough video to maintain smooth streaming. On my end, even though sometimes when it said that, it's fine. So I'm wondering what it looks like for you guys, if it's just been smooth or if it's glitching out on you. Damn it. Did it just briefly cut out, or is it continuing to cut out? Okay, good. You know, I think it's on my end, but I hate when that happens. But at least it came back. This looks a little bit off. This looks a little bit off, but maybe if I do this. Some more definition on those rocks. I might have an idea. We get the two side pieces. Which have a little bit more definition. Rather than all middle pieces. And if this doesn't work, then I'm just going to use the layer B. So, it's cutting out again, I think. So sometimes when YouTube does this, it just stays like this until I stop the stream. But whatever the case may be, there's something connection-wise on my end that's a little bit dicey. Yeah, I know, I see that. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut off the Facebook stream because it's not as important. And I'm gonna see if it improves. So I just cut off the Facebook stream. And now we're just YouTube. Okay, let's see. A little better. Okay, yeah, thanks for sending me Cave C. I can make use of that. I will make these probably transparent, semi-transparent. This looks cool. This like stuff in the rock like that. All right. think I'm gonna make it a cave D layer. Because I usually use B for like rocks and shit. I use C for like plants. And then I use D and E for like whatever environment, whatever artificial stuff is in that environment. Although sometimes I'll have more layers of one or the other depending on what type of environment it is. You know, I see where this could be useful, how I did it with the A4 layer. But I think I'm gonna just use layer B to do it all, because it'll look more natural. But it's a little bit more annoying to build it, but it'll be cooler. Yeah, it's because the stream cut out and then came back, but I think that at the end, YouTube does fit it all into one video, and it just cuts out the parts that were paused or missing. Unless you set it to automatically end the live stream when it loses video feed, which I do not have it set to that. Which is good, otherwise the video would have ended. See, it's a little more annoying to do it this way, but the cave will look a lot more internet connection. It does seem to be, yeah, it's cutting out again. Yeah, I see that it's continuing to cut out. Let's just ride with it. I'm gonna try it out for a little bit longer, and if it still fucks up, yeah, it's cutting off a lot. I see it. I don't know what the problem is. It does this sometimes. YouTube has done this before, not very often, but it happens. And if I check my internet's fine. I'm definitely seeing it do weird shit and cutting out and coming back on my end. It seems okay right now, but 2 minutes from now, who knows? I did see damn YouTube ass hacks. Yeah, it does seem to work. It did seem to improve when Kiyasu was added as an as a moderator, but when we tried it before, it was like some of us were able to swear and some of us weren't. It was really odd. It's cutting out again. I see it. Those fuckers. Those fuckers. Okay. Now we need to find a good battle track too for under the cave here. I might have found one, but I might have not. I forget whether I found one or not. Oh yeah, well, this one's a possibility, but I feel like it's better for when you're in the desert rather than underneath in a cave. Or it might just be a good dance club track when you're in the town or something. Yeah, you do have to set it to live chat. For sure. Yeah, I know, I see it cutting off too. I know, it's pretty unreliable right now. All right.